Welcome back, everybody, to the Emerald City Comic-Con live stage with SYFY WIRE. My name is Danny Roth. I am a contributing editor at SYFY WIRE, and I'm here with Adrian and Damian Wassel to talk about Vault Comics and what's coming up in 2018. How you guys doing?
Doing very well.
You've got that voice, that Sunday voice.
I do indeed. It was kind of sultry a few days ago, and now it's just fallen off the cliff and gotten
I'm still
bad.
into it. I'm still into it.
Okay, well that's
You're
good.
all right.
Yeah, see, this is why we get along.
Yeah.
And I've reached the point where the rodeo cowboy inside my head that strings words together to make sentences has sort of fallen off his horse, so I'm gonna do my best.
Yeah. Well, that's okay, because you got the extra, there's an extra brain inside of his beard.
There is.
It's like
gross,
it's turning into a full MODOK.
Yeah.
The future is looking grim,
Yeah.
but also safe.
So, but, you know, be careful out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be safe. Be very, very safe. Okay. Do you want to talk a little bit about 2017 before we talk about what's coming up in 2018, sort of the books that you feel like have really jumped off, ones that people are reading, ones that people maybe haven't immediately latched onto that they should be checking out?
Sure, yeah. We started here last year. This is our anniversary show. We had half a table in Artist Alley with 2 single issues, Fissure #1 and Heathen #1. Now we have 14 series out, an original graphic novel, and that's a lot of growth for a single year, and it's been great. Heathen has sold out of 7 print runs. If you haven't read it, you should be reading it. It's phenomenal. Reactor by Donnie Cates, I know he was up here talking about that. That book also, loads of fans. It's like vampires, mech suits, big swords, impossible not to love. Maxwell's Demons by brand new creators has almost 60,000 copies of #1 in circulation. That's pretty cool. So those are 3 huge highlights for me. I won't plug my own book because we already talked about it.
That's fair. I mean, we can still talk about it if you want. You should talk. You can go right ahead.
Yeah, well, I have no shame plugging my brother's
Yeah,
book.
do it.
So we're collaborating on a project with Mark Wahlberg and his longtime producing partner, Steve Levinson. The series is called Alien Bounty Hunter. My brother Adrian's co-written it with David Boer, with art by the inimitable Nick Robles. And it's a beautiful book. It's sort of at once a pastiche of and homage to a lot of campy sci-fi traditions. It follows this bounty hunter, lapsed U.S. Marshal turned bounty hunter Ben Madsen as he's trying to track down this fugitive that turns out to be a really horrifying alien.
It's fun, and Nick's art is the highlight. My writing is...
It's good. I mean, I think it's all good. But all right, I want to talk about 2 serious things, and then we'll talk about some of the books coming out soon.
Do we need to switch to serious voices?
Yeah, going to be very, very serious. No,
okay.
There are 2 things that happened in, I wouldn't say rapid succession, but pretty quickly. One, there was a thing that you said that I read about on Bleeding Cool, sort of a statement about the state of comic books and how we need to sort of deal with some of the abuse in comics, and then also, much more positively, an initiative that you guys are doing with covers going forward, which I would love for you to talk about here on the stage.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna let Damian talk about the statement because he drafted it, and...
Yeah, so, you know, as I think everybody who attends to comic book related social media is aware, there are a lot of, for lack of a better term, trolls out there who...
Yes, it's very hard not to say their names out loud and then curse them, but we won't.
Yeah, we won't do that, you know. And they've made it really hard for creators with diverse voices and diverse faces to feel comfortable making good comic books. But the fact of the matter is, you know, I look out here in front of me and we can see that the comic book audience is diverse and growing in diversity. And these people can create stories that are authentic and authentically represent the audience to whom they speak. And they deserve to feel safe producing their art, and that's something that we're deeply committed to as a publisher. So the statement we put out was intended to help everybody that we work with know that we'll stand by them no matter what, and even more importantly, to help everybody who was making them feel uncomfortable understand that they weren't picking on somebody who was out there by themselves. They were picking on somebody who had support.
Yeah, it really resonated with me, and I thought it was a really great statement. And now let's talk about how you're putting your money where your mouth is a little bit. I mean, you already were, but this is another great way.
Yeah, so in 2018, every single issue that we publish will feature covers by an all-women cover team. And that initiative is called In Front, so Women in Front. And Women Write About Comics have just done a really incredible feature on it, where you can see all of the amazing art by Tess Fowler, Tamara Bonvillain, Irene Coe, Marguerite Savage, Danny Strips. I mean, I can go on and on and on. Jen Bartel, Natasha Altarisi. It's just incredible, incredible artists being up front on the cover, controlling the entire visual brand of a publisher for at least 1 year. And the response already has demonstrated that not only is it an initiative that's resonating with readers, but it's building confidence in a lot of new emerging voices to come up to us at the show and say, you know, I've always wanted to do comics, and would it be okay if we talked about doing a comic? I have this idea. And that, as an editor, I'm the editor-in-chief here, as an editor, that is, it's music to my ears. That's what you want. You want every day to see someone else falling in love with comics.